Hey everybody, this is Zero. I'm playing a match against my friend Justina. Here's the draw. I'm pretty happy with this opening draw, so I decided to run with it. I'm playing a Murloc deck, and she's playing a mage. I have no idea what her deck is like. She's pretty new to the game though, so... but she said, yeah, just play any deck you want against me. So, start off with the Murloc Raider, 2-1. I know I'll at least get one turn before it dies. My thought is to perhaps follow up with a Tide Hunter and then Cold Light Seer. And so already I got 3 minions on the board. I'm thinking, okay, I'll lose the 2-1 to Fire Blast, but that's okay. But instead what happens is an Arcane Explosion. Wipes my board. And I went, oh crap. And I should have expected that, but I just wasn't thinking. You gotta play aggressively with this deck. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, so I have no other compelling options, so I just decided to totem up. It's gonna get pinged. Or at least I expected it to get pinged, and yes, it did. So really nothing's going my way. Having a clear board does not help me out. And I don't have a whole lot in the way of cards I can use at the moment. So I decided to Cold Light Oracle, and it's a risky move. I get 2 cards, but so does she, so... But that's actually the only card draw that I have in the entire deck is a Cold Light Seer. So it is a bit useful to use if your opponent's already at a maxed out hand. You can force them to just outright lose cards. But anyway, so a Frostroll Grunt and a Mad Bomber come out. And she didn't realize what the Mad Bomber actually did. But yeah, so I get a little bit of a lucky break with its RNG. It turns that Frost Wolf into a 2-1, and so I can just Earthshock it. And then head straight for her. Now what I decided to do is put out a Bluegill Warrior. To get some extra damage out. And then Flame Tongue. And that's probably not a good idea, because I can easily get traded, and then another one of my minions can just get pinged. Might have been a better idea to Cold Light Seer, or even use Rockbiter on myself, and then take out the Mad Bomber. That probably would have been a better play. With this deck, you really don't want to lose minions, because... well, all the Murlocs really synergize well with each other, and losing any of them really hurts. So, next turn, I decide to Cold Light Seer to buff up my health. And then I decide to just play really aggressively. Rockbiter Weapon. Come on, Rockbiter Weapon. I will eventually use a Rockbiter. I think I'm perhaps attacking, but then just figure, okay, well, I might as well get as much damage as I can out, because I see everything's just going to trade out, so get all that damage while I can. So, not really the best play to use the Cold Light right now, because it simply... even though I buffed the health, it still trades evenly, so it wasn't really an advantage to use that. She plays a secret. I have no idea what that secret could be. It could be a copy minion, which could actually be useful for a Murloc deck, because it buffs... all the Murlocs buff other Murlocs, even your opponents. But anyway, she puts out a 1-4 taunt. I haven't really got much of a response. I could have used the Lava Burst. And I probably should have, just to get it out of the way. Water Elemental comes out. And what happens here? So I'm in trouble. I don't have any minions that I can play, and she's got the board basically locked down. I do have a play with my Lava Burst just to take out those taunts. Instead, I elect to just totem and then pass. Which is really a silly move because I'm up at 30 health, and would have been more advantageous just to take out the minions while I still could. Wouldn't have taken any damage. I still would have lost that taunt. So I gained nothing, really, by just toteming. Didn't help at all. And then I get fireballed, so now I'm down at 18. I'm in big trouble still. So I got a Grimscale Oracle. Really not much I can do with that. So it wasn't a copy minion. Probably at this point, it's either a counterspell or an ice barrier. So it's not a counterspell. I don't think it's an ice barrier either. Now, doing that is pretty wasteful. I should have gone after the taunts. I probably still would have lost my totem and my Grimscale Oracle anyway, but I would have just taken less overall damage. So, totem gets fire blasted. The 1/4 bumps the Grimscale Oracle. And I take 6 damage from the taunt, the Senjin, and the water elemental.
Never know what hit 'em.
And some more damage with the Nightblade. So I'm in a terrible spot. She's got lethal at this point, I believe, or close to. Yeah, she has lethal if she used a Fire Blast, so not much I can do here. I don't have anything to really buff my O2 with, my O2 healing totem. All I can do is Hex and reduce the damage that's coming in. So I swap that 4/4 for an 0/1 with Taunt. So basically that just buys me a turn. I'm thinking maybe I can get a Bloodlust and then break down some taunt walls. But actually, even with the Bloodlust, I'll only break down 1 taunt. And I get beat down and finished off with the Fireball. So, pretty poor play. But she played well, and against a Murloc Rush deck, you have to take them out right away. You don't let them live. They synergize off of each other very well. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.